Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who is going to join us. All right. So we are live on a Monday, which is a little crazy because I come sliding in on my right ear. Let's see, where is my Facebook app? I'm on my iPad. I'm going to share with the groups so everybody knows we're here. Okay, there we are. We are officially live. It is for real. And groups. There's the VIPs and now our team. Okay, we have now shared it with all the important people. And we're ready to rock and roll. Hello, hello. If you are here, please go ahead and say hello, because I'd love to know you're joining me. We are live simultaneously on both Facebook and on YouTube. Why didn't that send? Trying to send a message. And of course, it failed. Let's try it again. Not going to go through. All right, we'll try it later. Okay, anywho, welcome to my craft room. We have some fun tonight. I am doing a brand new fun fold that I have. It's new to me. May not be new to you, but it might be. It's going to be fun. And I do have Prize Patrol for tonight. So you want to stick around to the end to see the Prize Patrol and have a chance to win. You do have to comment to be in the running for the Prize Patrol, because the system that I use is going to be looking for your comments, and we will draw at the end of our live. And you'll get to watch me draw, because we actually use a little auto thingy bob. So please say hello. Hey, Sue. Hey, Kay. So glad you ladies could join me. All right, so we're going to get started here. So first things first, of course, we have Paper Pumpkin. We are now in the May subscription period. Can you believe May is like this week? We are in the last stages of April, and we'll see May rolling in here very, very quickly. The May kit is a Mountain's Majesty. It's going to have a masculine theme. It's going to be for Father's Day. You're going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. You're going to receive some pre-cut vellum and paper pieces. You're going to have watercolor bases and coordinating envelopes. And your coordinating colors are going to be Basic Black, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and Petal Pink. Your ink spot will be Misty Moonlight, one of my favorite blues. And then before you know it, you'll be into the June. Today, the weather was absolutely gorgeous here in upstate New York. Tomorrow, sounds like it's going to be a roller coaster with some bad thunderstorms, and then we're going to cool off again. So not looking forward to that. But anyhow, it's all good. Next, back in March, Stampin' Up! Did release a whole bunch of online exclusives. I do want to make sure you go in, check all that stuff out. We have a lot of really cool product in our online exclusives, which are really, really awesome. Hey, Sherry. Thank you for joining. Hey, Deb. Glad you could make it. So definitely make sure you check those out. In addition, May 6th, let me switch views here. There we go. Our annual catalog. Most of you should have received them by now. I think I caught everybody that needed a catalog. This goes live on May 6th, and in addition to this catalog, there's going to be a lot of online exclusives released on the same day, including 3 new all-inclusive kits, as well as a multiple bundles, individual stamps, dies, and embossing folders, whatnot. So you want to make sure that in addition to your catalog that you do go on and look to see what's online, because again, they're dropping a lot of stuff online as well that are not showing up in our catalogs. Reason for that, a lot of people do like to shop online, and it just allows them to bring us more awesomeness. Oh, hey, Kathy. So glad you could join us over on YouTube. I love the Ocean Friends too. And with the Ocean Friends, just so that you all know, that is on the last chance list. So if it's something that's on your wish list, you're going to want to run over and grab it, because once it's gone, it is gone. That was one of my favorites in the mini catalog that came out. Love it. So our little bundle here is the Ocean Friends. This is what we're playing with tonight. I think it's absolutely stinking cute. If you are someone who likes to go to the summer cookouts, you like to do the seafood boils and all that, and you want to do your invitations, or you want to do a thank you card for somebody who invited you to, this is like your set to have. It's got the thanks so much. You got the hello friend, and then love you. And then, of course, you got the cute little lobster and the crab and the little corals and all kinds of stuff. So this is the set we are using, and I am in love with it. And I will show you the cards we are going to make tonight. We are making, first of all, our pop-out, double-decker pop-out card. That's what I want to call it. This is the one we're going to do first. And check that out. And that, if you see, that pops out. So it's a double-decker pop-out card. Is that not the cutest? And check out that embossing folder. That's our swirly embossing folder. And I thought that was like perfect. You think of the waters rippling. And then, of course, our little crab. You could also send this to somebody who's being crabby to tell them to straighten up, fly right. We don't like Krabby Patties around here. Okay. Card number 2. A very simple layout here. This is our thanks so much with our little lobster friend. And I brought in some of that glimmer. Check out that glimmer. Oh, that's the in color glimmer paper. Love that. And that one's a fun card here. And then, of course, we have our other, this uses up some of our scraps that we created. And it's, again, using our little crab friend. And it says, hello, friend. And we have, check out these little gems here. Love these. That is tonight's prize patrol. So I am going to have a prize patrol at the end of this video, and some lucky viewer is going to get all set of these beauties. It is a cool fold, Kay. I love it. And I am going to show you how to make it tonight. So we're going to set these two aside for the time being, and we are going to talk Ocean Friends in a fun pop-up card. So first thing we're going to need is our little kit. And you know what? I am going to sweeten the pot. If you place a $25 order in my online store between now and Friday, I'm going to send you the kits to make these cards. You can use whatever stamps and whatever you want. If you happen to have the Ocean Friends, you can do them identical to mine, but I will send you the full kit if you place a $25 order in my online store. You'll also earn credit towards future purchases, because that is the new thing that Stampin' Up! Has started, is you earn credits that you can use at another time. Oh, let's fix that. There we go. That's better. I can see you. All right. So we have an 8.5 by 5.5 thick basic white card base here. And I am actually going to put this in here. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, this is all of your measurements. But again, like I said, if you place a $25 order, I am going to send you the card kits for this. My link is in the description of this video. You just have to shop with me. I will just make sure you don't put no contact so that I can see your address, and I will send these to you. But anyway, double decker pop out. We have 5.5 by 8.5, and we do score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. I did go ahead and make those score lines ahead. So we're going to go ahead and fold on those score lines. So first one is our basic card fold. That's a mountain fold. Then we're going to do a valley fold by folding this panel back. Then again, using our bold folder, let's go ahead and push that out. I hope everybody got that screenshot of that. I know it's not real. Let me pull it. Even put it up closer for you. I know it's not the best lighting in here. So there are your measurements. I am ready for summer, Sherry. Absolutely ready. I am done with winter. Thank you. Okay, so next I have in my little packet of goodies, I have 2 panels of basic white that are embossed with my swirly embossing folder. And these measure 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So they were put through the embossing folder together. So you can see where they kind of hook up right there. And they each, where's my liquid glue? I like to use liquid glue when I'm using my embossed pieces, just because it just tends to grip a little bit better. So this is going to go on. I got a little crazy there. Oh, now it's not gonna. There we go. So we want that down like so. So pretty. I love white on white. White on white just has that really fun look. Little glue holder there like so. All right, and then we're just going to open this up. Well, let's get in the center here. There we go. That's probably not very squared up here. There we go. That's better. Okay, so there's our 2 little panels. The next thing we're going to work on is our little pop-up piece. And that is, this little mechanism is cut to 2 1/4 by 3 inches. And along the 3-inch side, we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2, and 2 1/4. So those are your 3 score lines. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold that middle score line. And it's important to do that one first, because you don't want when you fold these in, you don't want them to overlap at all. So you want to make sure this one is coming in. So if this one looks like it's going to start to overlap our score line, I'm going to manipulate this. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because I want it to stay behind that score. So it does take a little bit of coaxing to keep it back there. And then you're just going to bring your foam folder. So now this one should fold down pretty simply. And that does. That does not overlap. You want it to not. So now we're perfect. They line up. There's no overlap. So I don't know if you can see that. But they line up perfectly with that. So now this creates our mechanism for popping up our card. So how this goes in here, I don't want our tear tape. Where is that? Oh, you want a good, strong adhesive. And you want to make sure your adhesive is close to these score lines, these folds. So that's where you're going to place your tear tape. I mean, you can do 2 pieces per, but it's not necessary as long as you do it close to the score. That's where you're going to get your strength. Okay. I do like to burnish. And then I'm going to bring got my take your pick tool, luckily, because my other pokey tool, you would have laughed. I was trying to figure out how to, I was having technical difficulties getting ready to go live. I had to reboot my new phone. Well, the iPhone 16 doesn't reboot like the iPhone 8. And it took me probably 20 minutes to try to figure this out. But in the meantime, I was struggling and I dumped everything over here. It looked like a comedy show getting ready to go live. And like pokey tool, like rolled under my little stand here. So God knows where that's turning up now. All right. So now we have our adhesive on our ends. Now the goal is to get this here fold to line up with the fold of our card while keeping this in the center. So you want to keep this centered to the best of your ability. It doesn't have to be spot on, but you want it to be pretty close. And I think that looks pretty good. And then you want that score to line up with that score. And I think we're doing okay. Just get that over about like so. Now we can press that down. Take your bone folder, give it a really good press. Go in there, make sure that tear tape is adhered nicely. And there is your little mechanism. So now when you fold your card, that folds in with it and it goes like so. And I got ahead of myself. Again, I forgot my designer paper. So now we're going to have to see if we can't release, which we all know my friend Stampin Tape doesn't like to release. I'm making all kinds of mistakes. Wait till you see the mistake that I made on the other card. You're going to laugh at me. I didn't discover it until after I had the card all completely done. And I said, you know what? They're just going to see my mistakes in all their glory because it's just the way it is. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming up. There we go. Look at that. All right. We'll make this work. Where is our adhesive? So this is the Designer Series paper. Comes from the coordinating paper called Friends of the Ocean. This is a really pretty pack of paper. I shouldn't say pretty. It's bright and fun and cheery. Lots of bright colors and just a fun pack of paper. I love these stars. I didn't get to use it yet, but love it. Okay. So for this, we're just going to go ahead. Not straight at all. I guess Monday nights are not my night to go live. I really need to stick with my Sundays. But yesterday, I just wasn't feeling great. I mean, I had these all made, but I just didn't feel good. So I don't know if I ate something that disagreed or what, but okay, I'm going to put that back down. Let's try to. There we go. We saved the day. Oh, hey, Sue. Didn't see you pop in there. Glad you could make it. Okay. We're cruising now. All right. So the next part we have for the inside of our card, we have this basic white piece. And this measures 3 inches by 4 1/4. And we need our Melon Mambo ink pad. And where? Love you. Let's put these. So we have Melon Mambo. And you know what? Because we're using photopolymer, I'm going to bring in my little cushion. So we're going to get this squared away here. And it's going to say, love you. Like so. So we can close that up for the time being. And for this, we're going to, again, that's just going to adhere in there like so. You just want to try to get it so it's semi-centered on the inside here. So you have a bit of a centered border. So what I have found works well is to, again, right next to this fold, there, we can peel that up. All right. And it's best to have this up like so that you can kind of see. Because if you get too close to that edge, it doesn't like to. Let's go up just a smidge. Okay, that looks good. So now we can press it down. There's our inside pop up. All right. For the outside, I've got another piece of basic white. This measures 2.5 by 3 3/4. And on here, actually, I'm going to bring in some scrap. We need our hello friend. Hello friend. I've got my pumpkin pie. And we're going to ink this up. Yes, Cherry, dental floss does work great. However, I don't have any in my craft room right now. So it was pokey tool or nothing. All right, so we're going to do our hello friend right here. Across our cardstock. Okay, next I have my little piece of coral. And for that, we're going to use Summer Splash, which is one of our in colors. This one's going to hang around for another season. It's one of my favorite in colors. And we're just going to go ahead. This one's going to go up a little bit higher. And I just kind of like twisted and just filled it in different places. This one, I think I just kind of, and like so. And then that one just came in along that way. Oh, no worries, Sherry. I just don't happen to have any, that's all. Okay. Set that aside. And we can go ahead and layer that with our melon mambo, which measures 2 3/4 by 4. Okay, next. This, my goal is to try to get an equal border all around all 3 sides. So, as you can see, right about there is where you're going to attach it. So, because again, I have this heavily embossed area, I am going to use, make sure I have the right side. I do. Just going to add a couple of strips of liquid glue. There we go. Looks pretty even there. So just press that down a bit. Okay, so there's that. Now I have my little scrap here, and we're going to bring in our cushion and our scrap because we need our little Krabby Patty here. And we're going to use our Melon Mambo. So first thing we're going to do is our very detailed little Krabby. Ink her up in her pretty Melon Mambo. So there she is. She's all purdied up. Clean this off. Then, where if we put you where you're not going to, we'll just put you back there. We want our solid crab to fill her in. So we're just going to ink her up also in our Melon Mambo. Oop. And then we're just going to stamp off. And then do our best. Well, I can't see. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so I can try to see what I'm doing here. There we go. Isn't she cute? All right. So there's our little crab. So now we need our baby boss and our dies. So we're going to get our little crab out. Get everything lined up. I have my Post-it tape here. Oh, come on now. There we go. So I'm going to set that over there. Bring your baby boss up. And where's her? There we are. Run that through. Cute little crab. Let's go into our garbage. Okay, now we can bring our card back. We need some dimensionals. And she's going to go right there amongst all that pretty coral. Then we bring in our take your pick tool. And we have these pretty sunny day iridescent dots. Oh, hey, sis. Didn't even see you pop in there. All right. So now we have these pretty dots. We're going to take a couple here. And one right down there. And that completes our double-decker pop-up card. So again, you'll see that pops out and it stands. So it's a great display card. Okay. On to our quick and simple cards. All right, we're going to set those aside. And we're going to start with this cutie. This is our lobster. We're going to have, it is a great fun fold, Sue. I loved it. When I found that one, I was like, oh, these guys are going to love it. And I think this card was perfect for it. So I had fun with it. All right, so now we have this one. This is our thanks so much with our little lobster in all his glittery glory and with his coral there. Love that stuff. All right, so for this one, I'm going to first show you my mistake. Who noticed that I grabbed the wrong green for my panel here? Yep, I did. I was creating away and never even noticed that I grabbed the wrong green. So here you have it. Mismatched. I did it. And I'm sharing it because I was not redoing the card last night. I didn't feel good. And I said, you know what? They're just going to see my mistake. We're going to make the real one today without the mistake. I got the things that make you go, huh. This is lemon lime twist. That's granny apple green. So lemon lime twist is our card base. This one was cut 11 inches by 5.5. Or yeah, 11 inches by 4.25, scored at 5.5. I have some of that nice bright ocean paper, cut 5.25 by 4. Make sure that your coral is going in the correct direction. I almost messed that up yesterday too. Not gonna lie. Yesterday was definitely not the day to go live, but I think today isn't any much better. Boy, the things. We're keeping it real. That's all I can say. We keep it real here. All right, so now we're just going to center this pretty paper onto our card base, like so. That is not centered by any means. Ugh, I need better lighting. I'm going to blame it on the lighting. I cannot see. And of course, Seal Plus, when it's down, it is down. So we need to. Okay. I came home tonight. I don't know what was happening on a road adjacent to us, but there's fire trucks everywhere. They were using our pond out here to refill pumper trucks. There was like 4 of them out here, and I could see them up on the other road. Their lights flashing, so hopefully nothing too serious, but anyway. Well, let's fix that. There we go. Yeah, I really wanted 2 different colored greens there. I did. Yes, I do feel better today, sis. I don't know what was yesterday. It just was bleh. Anyway, it's all good. All right. Next, I have a piece of lemon lime twist that measures 4¼ by 3, and a piece of basic white that is 4 by 2¾ I have a 6 by 3 piece of the glimmer paper that is part of the, these are 12 by 12 sheets, and they are the in colors. And then I have a scrap basic white. That's for our die cut little friend here, the lobster. Our lobster friend. All right, so for this piece here, we are going to find our stamp that says, "Thanks so much." And of course, we need our little cushion. We need our melon mambo again. Ink that up. And we're just going to go up here in the upper right corner and just put in our "Thanks so much." Yes. There. Close that up momentarily. And then we can die cut our get in there. No, upside down. All right, we got our coral. And we're just going to run that through on our baby boss here. So we're going to bring that back into the picture. Oops. Okay. What did I do there? There. Gotta have the plates. Okay, so now we have our coral. Because this is so thick, you do have to do a little bit of finagling it out of here, but it does cut all the way through. Our baby boss is fantastic for cutting this thicker glimmer paper. But like I said, you just have to do a little fussing to get it out. But it does come. There it goes. And there. That goes in our scrap pile because we have more to use on there, but there's our pretty little glitzy. So then just going to use a little bit of glue. I'm just using little dots. Trying to find just a few areas that are maybe a little bit thicker than others to add glue. Of course, you could use a brush. I have those nice silicone brushes you could paint the glue on, which I probably should have done, but I have it over on my other work surface, so it's not over here. But it's okay. We're just going to place it, and it's okay to have the overhangs. We're just going to go ahead and trim that off after we get everything attached. Yep. And I don't think this here we can use. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and attach snips. And this is where we bring it a little. Okay, put that back over there. And there is our little panel. And we do need our little, I don't know what you, bubbles, I guess. And I have the Summer Splash. And we're going to just put in some bubble action here. Then there's the two bubbles. We can put those here. And throw one in there, like so. I just kind of put them all around because once I get the lobster on, I don't know which ones are going to show up, but they're there. So there's the bubbles. And now I'm going to go ahead and add, really? Hate when that happens. Seal Plus is a fantastic adhesive, but if you go too fast, it will tear your paper. So don't get too fast with it. All right, so now we're just going to center that onto our card. That looks pretty good. All right, set that aside. We need our scrap. And we need our lobsters. So we're going to start with our detailed lobster. We're just going to ink him up really well with Melon Mambo. I saw, I think it was Jamie Barbasowitz. I think that's how you say her name. She's another demonstrator. She did one in red and blues with the lobster and the crab. It was such a cute card. It totally made me think of 4th of July when Sis and I went shopping last Monday. We went shopping Monday. And we went to Hobby Lobby, and they have all of their 4th of July stuff out. We were seeing all that, and then it made me think that what a fun 4th of July card. Because again, who does like the shrimp and the crawfish and what kind of, the seafood boils and stuff on 4th of July? I was like, wow, super cool idea. So again, if you're one that does up the 4th of July really big, or you go to a family cookout and you want to send a thank you card for all the fun, this is like the set you gotta have. All right, now we're gonna do our solid little Stamp It off on our scrap. And now we can go ahead and fill in our cute little lobster. All right, so now get things lined up. We're pretty good. There we go. One of the benefits of photopolymer is you can see through it to try to line things up. And there she is. Isn't she adorable? Okay. Ooh. Yes, Miss Sue, you are 100% right. Gotta have bling. And the glimmer paper fits the bill perfectly. All right, so now we got to come back to our dies because we need our lobster, who's way in here. So we got our lobster. We need to get her all lined up. There's 2 little holes. You want to make sure that you can see your antenna through, and what's wrong? Not. Come on, antenna. It ain't working out so good. All right. Usually I can see them pretty good. All right, this is not cooperating tonight. Well, we're just going to have to hope for the best. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're going to go with it. I can't see the antennae, but we're just going to hope for the best. Yesterday, I was able to line them up without any problem. Today, it's just not cooperating. Okay. Well, I don't see anything cut off yet, so I think maybe we did good. Yeah, we missed a little bit. Oh well, not bad. All right, so for this little beauty, we need dimensionals again. And I'm going to do a few of them down there. And then those nice big claws. And there is card number 2. All right. We are off to the races now. Our third and final card. Hello, friend. With another Krabby Patty. This one, we have another. Ooh, we gotta. Don't lose that. That's our sentiment. Oh, goodness. We have a thick, basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We have a panel of basic white, 4 by 5.25. And then I have 4 pieces of designer series paper. I used scraps and got 4 pieces that are a 1/2 inch wide by 4 inches long. And then I have a scrap for stamping and die cutting. So, again, we did score our card base at 4.25. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that and press out with our bone folder. Take our panel here, and I have my pieces of designer paper, and we're going to kind of get this set up on the close to the center as possible. So we're just going to kind of line things up before we adhere everything down. So we're just kind of getting a general idea of where things are going to land, and that looks about like where it's going to go. So we're going to go ahead and our adhesive. I'm starting with my light pink. Come on. There we go. And then our peachy colored one here. And then we have this pattern piece here. Your adhesive runs over, just fold it down. There we go. So there's our panel. It looks like I have it going uphill a little bit there. So, whew, a little interesting. It's all right. It'll work. Just makes it a little more interesting. And I am adhering this flat to our card base only because it will make it less bulky if you are sending this out. So go ahead and put that down. And I am not seeing well tonight, apparently, because I just put this on totally crooked. Definitely going to keep this in mind. Do not do Monday night. Oh, for the love. I cannot believe this. I muted these lights because they are adjustable because it was so bright it was almost blinding. But now I'm thinking maybe I needed it to be that bright. There, that's better. Good Lord. Okay, we're centered again. All right, next I have my little scrap here. And for this, we are going to go ahead and I'm using peach pie and pumpkin pie for our cute little Krabby Patty. So for this, we're going to bring back, I do need that our cushion, and let's do it this way. We're going to start with our pumpkin pie. We're going to ink our little crab up. We're almost done, guys, and then we're going to go and we're going to draw our prize patrol. Let's see who's going to have Happy Mail. Okay, so there's our little crab, and he's all done in his pumpkin pie. And then we have our peach pie, and that is for our cute little solid piece. We're going to stamp off, and then we're going to just line everything up. And there he is, all cute as a button. Close this up. And we need to clean them off. close. That goes there. This goes here. We need our little crab. Oh, no, we don't need the crab. I lied. Where is my... Here they are. We're using the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I'm using this one here. So we're just going to cut him out. Hopefully. I didn't think about that. Cutting this out. I don't know if it's gonna. Well, we're gonna. Nope. All right, I'm gonna go over and use my Big Boss. I didn't think about the fact that I didn't cut the paper small enough. The circle will fit. The paper will not. Okay. No Baby Boss needed. Okay. So what happens when you just grab scraps? Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. I'm glad they're staying too. I would have cried if they were leaving. I've cried a few times over dies that I have been in love with and they've taken them away. But these ones hanging around to tell another story. Okay, so there's our little crab. So we're going to find our dimensionals. Pop this little guy up. Okay, he's just gonna go just like so. And then I have a 1/2 inch piece of basic white, again, from my little stash of scraps. And we need Hello Friend again. There it is. And I'm using Berry Burst. And my Berry Burst is a very juicy ink pad. Hello, friend. Close that up. Snips. And we're just going to cut that off at an angle. We need 1 dimensional. And that's going to go at this end here. We're going to add just a smidge of adhesive there. Maybe. There we go. And that is going to just go over our little crabby friend there. And then bring back our pretty little dots. And I'm going to do one there. One there. A couple of the pumpkin pie. And another melon mambo. And there is card number 3. So quick recap, and then we will do our prize patrol. So we have our hello friend Krabby. We have our thanks so much lobster. And our pop-up hello friend Krabby. So those are our 3 fun cards, all featuring this amazing little fun set called Ocean Friends. Who doesn't love an ocean friend? I mean, come on. Thanks, Deb. Thank you, Sue. All right, let's see what we got going on here. This is correct. All right, I am going to share my screen so we can see who is going to win our prize patrol. Okay, so now hopefully everybody's seeing my screen. Maybe. No, that's not what you're supposed to be seeing. Well, thank you, Carol Ann. Thank you, Sherry. Okay, I gotta see. All right, so this is what should be up. All right, tell me if you see my giveaway tool, because for some reason it's not showing up on my preview here. Let me remove. You're not. Okay. So why aren't you? Okay. Add to stage. There it is. Okay. Now we're seeing it. Okay. Let's see who is going to. No, there should be more than 2 entries. What's the nuggets? Okay. All right. I'm going to have you put in a code word because for some reason, the last time I had you do a code word, it wasn't picking everybody up. But for some reason this time it's not. Go ahead and put in lobster. Type in lobster, and we're going to draw a name. So let's see if everybody types in the word lobster. See if it can find you. Because right now it's saying I have 2 entries, and I know we have more than 2 people here. All right, give everybody a couple seconds to type in lobster. And you're going to get a brand new package of these beautiful dots. Oh, where are they? Oh, and I really have them. I don't have to go find them. They are here in my craft room, in my possession. I didn't lose them this time. So I have a real package of dots. Okay, did everybody put in lobster? for Prize Patrol. Because I'm going to go start looking for the lobsters. Oh, now I got to reach way out here. Goodness gracious to type. All right, let's go find the lobster. Lobster. All right, collect comments. Really? Something's wrong. Okay. We are going to try this again. Ah, there we are. All right, we got 7 entries. Does that sound right? Okay. Now we're going to draw. Congratulations, Miss Sue! Woohoo! All right, Miss Sue, you have a package of fun little dots coming your way. Congratulations, and thank you, ladies, each and every one of you, for coming to hang out with me. I really, truly appreciate every one of you. And for those of you that all, kind of switched gears from yesterday, coming to today instead, again, much, much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. And I wish you a fabulous rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. And I will see you, God willing, Sunday with something new. Again, the new catalog does go live on May 6th. So lots to get excited over. My pre-order has arrived. We have new in colors. So next week I will be presenting those to you so you can get a look at them up close and personal and all the good things. All right, guys, have a great night, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.